Yo, yo, yo! Welcome back to another edition of the Jake and Gus podcast.
Yes, sir.
I am here with Gus Simon.
What's going on? What's going on?
And today we're going to flip from college football, although it was a fantastic talk on college football. Must watch. Came out Tuesday. Fantastic watch. I think the last time I saw we had 70 views.
Something like that.
It was pretty good. And we're getting a lot more subscribers, so I'm really appreciative of that.
Thank you guys.
If you have anything to say about that, please leave it in the comments. We'll try to get to it on our next podcast.
Sure.
Anyway, let's get to some NFL football. Let's start with a little talk about last season. What were your thoughts, Gus? What did you think?
Well, starting off, I don't really like the Rams.
Yeah, well,
And I know they won the Super Bowl.
Okay. You got to explain to the audience a little why.
I
know.
I am a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Gus is the biggest Seattle Seahawks fan you'll ever meet. And the funny thing is, he's from Detroit. Like, what? It makes no sense. Please explain to the audience, like, why.
Well, growing up, my uncle, he's been a big Seattle Seahawks fan. I always loved my uncle, and I kind of just grew from there.
Okay.
He stemmed it, and my fanboy and me, football, grew from there. Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, no, I got you. Because, this is the only guy you'll meet from Detroit that hated Matthew Stafford winning a Super Bowl. And,
it's because I hated the Rams. I hate Matt Stafford.
But,
I hated the Rams.
But it's Matt Stafford, you know? There's a few that I've met at Aaron Smith that hates Matthew Stafford winning. But, I loved it. I was very happy when Stafford got that Super Bowl, and I was cheering so hard for him. And thank God. He deserved it. All those hellish years in Detroit, and he finally got something. I'm very thankful that Stafford did something.
The Rams are just the Yankees of the NFL. I'll just say that.
See, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, they're the Yankees of the NFL.
No, I don't agree with that.
They just bought a championship. That's what they did.
Yeah, but the Yankees, they do it in a fun way, kind of. And they've done it so many times where you're used to it. The Rams just did it. It's the first time.
Bought one.
Okay, that's fine.
That's all they did.
But they won. Well, hold on. I got a question.
Okay.
If the Chiefs beat Cincinnati in the AFC Championship, do you think the Chiefs have a better shot to beat the Rams?
No.
I think so. 1,000%.
Well, you love Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, to me, that was the first time he's ever choked in a playoff game. I will say that, and I will take it. I'll take all the blame. But he is the greatest quarterback I have ever seen live. It's unreal, the talent level. Tom Brady's the GOAT. I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT. But I think talent level, Patrick Mahomes' skill with the football is just unreal. Look at the Bills-Chiefs game from last year, that semifinal game. The amount of quarterback brilliance from both Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes was one of the greatest things we have ever seen. It was unbelievable. And
very true.
Yeah, it was just insane.
And being on the hater side right now, when you have weapons like the Chiefs did,
okay,
with a top 3 receiver, a top 2 tight end, and multiple other weapons you can use, it's not that hard.
Well,
to do that.
This would be the test year.
True.
Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Because now Tyreek Hill's gone.
Of course.
And to be honest, right now I couldn't name the top receiver off the top of my list. I'm not looking at my notes, but I couldn't name their top receiver besides Travis Kelce. It's going to be a tough year for Mahomes. But
this is where he proves himself.
Exactly, and that's why I'm so excited for this year, because I've always hyped him up so much, and I think he's going to prove everybody wrong. And I'm really excited.
And he's in one of the toughest division.
And we will get to that in our NFL breakdown. Today we just did a little preview. We had Rams. They beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
I go Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay, Juju. Yeah, Juju just came in free agency. That was a good ad for the Chiefs.
They also got Valdez-Scanlon.
They'll be solid. They'll end up solid. They still have McCole Hardman. They'll be good. Last year we wrapped up. The Bengals beat the Chiefs. That was a great win for the Bengals. It was awesome to see the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Yeah, Joe Burrow. He's unreal. It was just a really fun year. And, like, the 49ers beating the Packers, like, that was crazy. You know, nobody expected that.
Yeah,
That was unreal.
Debo Samuel was amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're also an NFC West team.
I know, but Debo is not the 49ers.
Okay, fair
He's
enough.
not the 49ers.
Fair
Debo
enough.
also was on my fantasy team,
Yeah,
so I like that man for that.
yeah. No, true. It was just a really fun year last year. I mean, those playoffs were something to see, you know. It kind of sucked for us because your Seahawks didn't do as well. My Lions didn't do as well. Is there anything you want to say about that?
I'll say this about the Seahawks. We're going to have a rough year this year. I'll tell you that. We're going to have a pretty rough year. We lost both of our field generals on offense and defense. And Bobby Wagner sucks that he went to the Rams.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then
That
we
is
traded
crazy.
Russell away to the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, we did get a fair compensation. I wouldn't say fair, but we got some compensation.
Drew Lock and a couple firsts.
Yep.
Correct.
Shelby Harris and Noah Fant, too.
Yep.
I gave up Russ in the fourth for him.
What'd you think about the Seahawks drafting tackle from Ole Miss?
Loved him.
Charles Cross.
I mean, the Seahawks have struggled with offensive line issues for I don't even know how many years.
Yeah.
Probably before I was born.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing I remembered from Seahawks past is when they traded for Jimmy Graham from the Saints. They traded their star center.
Yep.
You remember that?
Yeah. What's his name? Oh, it's not Mark.
Yeah. No, we're all right. We're all right.
It's Unger.
Yeah,
No,
I think.
Yeah, Max.
I think
Max
it was
Unger.
Max Unger. Yeah, you're right. But like that trade, ever since then, their O line has just gone downhill.
Yep.
Like ever since that trade, and it's just been really tough for Russell Wilson. I'm glad he's getting a chance to move on. He's got a little Matthew Stafford chance. I don't know how glad you are, but
No, I wish him the best.
yeah, no. And then what did you think about Kenneth Walker, second round, Michigan State guy?
Really
we gotta
liked-
talk about.
I
it a little
really liked him, especially considering Chris Carson just retired recently. He had issues with his neck.
Yeah.
And he took the.
Oh, he retired. I actually
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did not know
from
he retired.
Professional football.
Wow, that's big. So fantasy owners,
Chris
check
Carson's
off Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
All right, so
that's
going.
crazy.
I'm gonna go. Should we go NFC East now? Or should we...
We could talk NFC East.
All right.
Let's get started with some NFC. We'll only be able to get to the NFC because we're gonna really deep dive into some of these
For
teams.
sure.
So there will be this is part 1 of the pod. So we will get you a part 2 coming soon. So let's get started. NFC East. Who you want to start with?
Well, last year. Let's start with a little last year recap. You know.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
finished. Cowboys finished number 1.
Yep.
Eagles finished 2.
Mm-hmm.
Washington 3. Giants 4.
Yes, that is what I got. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't see the Cowboys repeating as the conference.
Yeah, in the power
Sure.
ranking, they were number 15. Sportsnut.com. I looked at that website for preseason power ranking.
Mm-hmm.
They actually had the Eagles 14 and the Cowboys 15. So
Yeah, I actually really like the Eagles this year.
okay,
I really like
okay.
the
You want
Eagles.
to start with the Eagles? Let's go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I really like their draft picks.
Okay.
I like Jordan Davis a lot.
Jordan Davis. We are going to be talking about Georgia players being drafted in the first round a lot. When I was doing my research, like we touched on it a little bit in the college football, how dominant their defense was. You will see how dominant their defense was in this podcast because it's really crazy. But go ahead on Jordan Davis.
Another Georgia alum, Jacoby Dean, was also drafted
Okay.
by the
okay.
Eagles, who I really
Yeah.
like. I think he fell a little farther than I expected him to.
Was
but
he second round?
I think he was farther than
Really?
third.
Really? Okay.
And
Okay.
probably the biggest acquisition they got was A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown,
A.J.
yeah,
Brown.
no trade details on that. A.J. Brown, the Eagles got A.J. Brown for the 18th pick and a third round pick. So, and the Eagles also traded up for Jordan Davis.
They did.
They traded 15 and a fourth to the Texans for that. So the Eagles were really busy on draft day, trading people, getting A.J. Brown. I mean, they've really stacked up well. I don't know if I'm a believer in them yet. Jalen Hurts really has to prove something to me.
No,
He's a very good fantasy quarterback. I love him in fantasy football because he's a runner, so
Yes.
he can get you some rushing touchdowns,
Of course,
which is very
of
nice.
course.
But we'll touch on that later. But Jalen Hurts, to me, is a below-average quarterback in the NFL right now.
Below average.
Below average. So,
Wow.
yeah, no.
That's
so
a take.
so now they got A.J. Brown,
Yes.
Miles Sanders,
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith. So this will be a big test for Jalen Hurts, just like we were talking about Patrick Mahomes earlier. We will see. I'm not very confident in them,
Oh, yeah. It's all right.
but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
That's a tough. I mean, I have them winning the division.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to our predictions of top four. I actually have the Eagles second in the division. But,
Who do you have them first?
We'll get to the Dallas Cowboys. I got them
All right.
repeating. So
I don't. I have them in third place.
okay. Give me your thoughts. Let's see how we go.
I think the Cowboys are going to suck because
Okay.
they had trouble returning people. They got veterans.
Mm-hmm.
They got Anthony Barr.
Yep.
They got first-round tackle, but I don't see.
The first round tackle was Tyler Smith
Yeah,
from
Tyler
Tulsa.
Smith. I just don't see it. They struggled. I think a lot of Trayvon Diggs. I mean, you can say he's a great corner, but he's also not.
Yeah.
He's not an elite cornerback. Like if
I know what you're
Jalen
saying.
Ramsey is a lot better than Trayvon Diggs, and they're put in the same conversation, which I don't think that belongs.
So I have the Cowboys winning this division,
Uh-huh.
but I really think this is the weakest division in the NFC for sure.
I think it might be the weakest division in football.
Maybe. I think you're right about that. Maybe you could argue the AFC South a little bit.
Yeah,
I
I can see that.
But
I can see that
like those easily definitely the worst in the NFC.
for sure.
So I'm rolling with the Cowboys because I really like Dak Prescott. I think he's a
Okay.
very good quarterback. I really rate my evaluations of teams off of the quarterback and the defense. Those are the kind of main things I look at. And Amari Cooper's gone. They
Yes.
traded him to Cleveland for nothing.
Dirt.
It was really a bad trade. It was a 5th and a 6th.
Yep.
It was horrible trade. I did not like that.
And can you believe how much they gave up for Amari Cooper too?
I know.
They
Like
got him.
unreal. It was just ridiculous. Like they did not have a good offseason. But I mean, me looking at Dak Prescott last year,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see that Dak Prescott again. I see a better Dak Prescott
Okay.
this year. I mean, he's really shown us with his offensive line staying healthy
Yep.
and stuff like that. He can be an elite quarterback.
I agree.
And I think he plays like an elite quarterback to barely sneak them in the playoffs, which would be huge. Because I see Eagles and Cowboys neck and neck. Like, I'm not down on the Eagles by any means. I'm just not sure about Jalen Hurts. Like, if I had to pick Jalen Hurts or Dak Prescott, I'd pick Dak Prescott, even with a little bit less pieces as of now. Okay, Jalen Hurts really has to prove it to me, and that's why I got Cowboys.
Cowboys did have a huge signing in Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup.
I'm totally messing around. But I was looking. Can you believe that Ezekiel Elliott is about to play? I'm pretty sure 7th year
That's nuts.
in the league.
That's nuts.
Doesn't that show you how just time flies by?
Yeah, like we were talking about this not on a podcast, but just college football in general. He's probably one of the best running backs we've seen in college football.
Yeah.
It was like Derrick Henry and him were the top names.
Yep.
You know, like his first playoff was unreal. It was
agree.
unreal.
I agree.
And like we remember like it was yesterday seeing the first playoff.
I know.
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
so cool. You know?
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. All right, you want to get to the Commanders? Commanders next?
Yeah.
New name. What do we think about the new name?
I don't really know. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's I got used to calling them the football team. I really did.
Yeah, I would like the football team.
I
actually kind of prefer the football
I
team.
got used to the football team. I was all in on the football team. Like originally, I was laughing at them. I was like, "What are they doing?" But
Yeah.
now that they switched over to the
I don't
Commanders,
really love the Commanders.
I don't love it right now. I think I will get used to it because, first of all, like I get Redskin really bad,
Yeah.
right? But I got so used to calling them that I couldn't move on.
No, I just call them Washington now.
And then it was just Washington football team, and I got used to football team. We'll get there for Commanders.
For sure,
You know,
100%.
yeah, we'll get there 100%. But they They moved up to the 11th pick. Or no, they did not, actually.
No, they moved down.
They moved down to 16.
Yeah.
They passed on Olave. What are your thoughts on that?
Chris Olave. I mean, they did get Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson. Do you like him?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying this.
He's from Penn State, for the
Penn State.
listeners. Yeah,
Very
he had a
good
very
playmaker.
good receiving year at Penn State.
I wanted the Lions to draft him at 32
okay.
because I know they had 2 first runners. But
Yeah.
I know they ended up moving up to
They moved
Jameson
up,
Williams.
which I like.
Which is
I like,
better,
but
I
we'll
think,
get to the
teams-
Lions
yes.
later, yeah.
I really like Jahan Dotson. I think he's a game-changing player.
Yeah.
Game-changer rookie. I think that he's probably maybe week 2, week 3. He's probably a good flex player in your fantasy lineup.
Okay.
Especially
Okay.
they just got Carson.
I mean,
Wentz.
I could see him having a very good year. I'd rather have Chris Olave. That's just me.
Yeah,
I think Olave is better, and I think he's going to be really good in New Orleans. But that trade consisted. The Saints gave them 16, 98, and 120 for 11. And then the Commanders, they also took Brian Robinson Jr., running back from Alabama.
Stud.
So he's a stud. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he'll be I don't know if he's going to be a good fantasy back. I'm not convinced.
He's a good
running
Give him 30 rushes. He'll get you 100 yards on the ground and a touchdown.
No, he was a monster at
He'll just
Alabama.
keep getting-
People
he'll just
could
keep
not
going
stop him.
forward. He'll
Yeah,
just keep going forward.
people could not stop him, and I really think he'll end up doing good things there. He'll be with Antonio Gibson in that running back room. Do they still have McKissick?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
they
just
still got
re-signed him
McKissick.
this offseason, yeah.
So that's a stacked running back group. We'll see if Robinson gets some touches, but I think that'll be good. Well, let's talk about the Carson Wentz trade, right? The Colts sent Carson Wentz over to Washington it was a second this year, a second next year. Or no, it was a second this year, a third next year, and a third the year after that.
What do you think Carson Wentz?
See, I thought he had a pretty solid year.
Yep.
Very solid. Before that last week in Jacksonville, he was a solid quarterback. Mm-hmm. And then he just fell apart that Jacksonville week. I mean...
Well, he knocked the Colts out of the playoffs.
Yeah, which is very tough. And if you're Indianapolis, I was a little surprised that they traded him immediately. But, I mean, I might have given him one more chance.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Carson Wentz to me is just...
I mean, you can't forget Carson Wentz 3-4 years ago was an MVP quarterback.
Yeah.
He went down with his
ACL.
Tore his ACL. And he just
It just shows you how sometimes ACL can just really
derail a career.
Derail a career. I like how you put that. I mean, I feel for Carson Wentz. I love him. I think he's a fantastic person. I don't know. I don't have high hopes for the Commanders. I mean, I wish the Colts gave him one more chance.
I really like Taylor Heineke.
I did too.
I love Taylor Heineke.
He had that dog in him, man.
He had so much passion for the game. I just love watching him play.
Yeah, and the Commanders, they weren't bad.
They almost beat the Bucs in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. He showed up against Tom Brady.
Yes.
Tom Brady. It was awesome. It was awesome to see. Where do you have the Commanders?
I think they're second.
You have them second. Okay, so you're a
second.
little higher on them.
Yeah,
a little higher.
I think
okay.
Carson Wentz figures it out. I think they win 10 games. I think they finish second place.
Okay,
above the Cowboys.
To be honest, I put them a little lower.
That's fine.
I have them at fourth.
I mean, I do some bold predictions in these.
I mean, I really think this is just a very average division. And I think the Commanders on this preseason was 26. Okay?
Yeah, which makes sense.
It makes sense, but I don't think they're going to be that bad. I could see them around the 22 range. Somewhere around that. But
I'm high on them. I think the NFC East gets it better. I think that they might have a good year this year.
Maybe. Probably not the worst division in football like we talked about.
And of course, the team we both have in last place, the New York Giants.
Oh, I don't have them last place.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, I have them third. Them third. Yeah, no. I'm kind of in on them this year. I'm a little in.
Why?
I think they destroyed the draft. I think they had a fantastic draft. They drafted Kayvon Thibodeau at 5, who is awesome. He was one for a while. He was fantastic. The reason why he dropped is because he's a horrible person. And that's why he dropped. I can say that because that's what scouts were saying. They were just like, we're not sure how he'll mesh with the team. And that's why he dropped. So I think he's a fantastic football player, and I think he's put the Giants bad people. You know, I can see that, okay? And then Evan Neal at 7.
Most humongous person.
And then Evan Neal at 7.
6'7".
He's so good.
30?
I love him so much. I think he's the best tackle in the draft, easily. I really do.
I'll give you that.
I mean, he is just fantastic, okay? And I have always been a little bit of a Daniel Jones believer. I don't know why.
No.
I don't know why. You can hate me for that sake all you
that's
want.
Terrible.
But I don't mind him. And last year, they had a pretty good defense. Am I right? They had a good defense. It was average. It was
I'll give you average.
It was 12, 13. Somewhere in that range. It was top 15.
Yeah, right,
It was a pretty good defense, okay? And I think you add Thibodeau to that.
Okay.
And now you got Evan Neal on the line.
Okay.
I think this team could put together some wins. I really do.
I think Tyrod
really
Taylor
do.
beats out Daniel Jones for quarterback.
Wow. Okay.
Daniel Jones sucks.
Okay. I'll take that.
He's
when the Giants. You want to make a deal on this?
All right. What's your?
All right. Over. Where do you have them? I need to.
I have them last place.
Yeah, I know, but how many wins are you thinking? Let's. I have their schedule pulled up. Okay.
Okay.
Let's discuss this. So we got Tennessee loss.
Yep.
Home against Carolina. I might have a win.
Depends who's starting for Carolina.
Home against Dallas loss. Home against the Bears. Easy dub. The Bears are gonna suck.
Yeah,
the Bears are gonna suck.
The Bears aren't bad.
Home against Green Bay. No. Home against Baltimore. No. At Jacksonville, they could win. It's Jacksonville.
I'll get. How about 7?
You got 7.
How about 7?
If they get 7 or more wins, you owe me 50. If they don't, I owe you 20.
All right, deal.
I owe you 15.
Because
I'm not that confident. I'm confident, but I'm not that confident.
You're
it's still the Giants.
Yes,
you know.
of course.
So I like that. I think that's a fair deal. I've just always rooted for the Giants. I didn't mind Eli when he was there. I thought he was a cool quarterback. Just solid, and he could be above average at times.
I think they just can see a repeat of last year.
Okay.
They still need a quarterback. I think they're just not going to be good enough without
a top tier quarterback. Yeah.
They're going to need someone that they messed up with the Daniel Jones pick. I'll tell you.
Has Daniel Jones been in the league 3 years now? I think it's 3 years.
I think it's 3. Yes.
So I really think with him seeing defenses for 3 years, it's time for him to step up. And if he can't step up this year, they move on.
Yeah, which is why I think Tyrod Taylor, I don't think he's going to step up, and I think Tyrod Taylor's going to take his position.
Okay, and for me, I think he's going to step up, which is why I think we made that deal. And
yes,
I think it's a fair deal.
It's fair.
It's a fair deal, 100%. All right, what division we moving to next? What you thinking?
I got NFC North next.
NFC North. All right. Well, who do you want to start? You want to start Green Bay? Let's just start top. Or do you want to start with Detroit? What you thinking?
It's your division. You're a fan.
Okay. Let's start with some Detroit Lions. Okay?
Right.
If you are the Lions, you should be sort of excited. Sort of. And I'm not going to say super excited. You should be sort of excited. Because what we did in the draft was awesome.
It's very true.
It was very cool, okay?
Good.
We drafted Aiden Hutchinson and Jameson Williams. We made a trade to move up for Jameson Williams. I don't remember the details of the trade, but that's okay.
I think it was with the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was the Vikings. We traded 32 and some draft equity in the future. Jameson Williams was coming off the torn ACL. I think I've heard that he's supposed to come back maybe around week 1, week 2.
Is it week 1 or 2?
I know it moved up. I know the timeline
I did
moved
hear
up.
week 5
so maybe
earlier.
I think maybe it'll end up being like week 2, week 3.
Okay.
That's my expectation at least, which is a really good timeline. And I think he could be dangerous. If he comes back from this ACL, awesome. It's huge. If he doesn't, it makes it a little rocky. But that's okay. I'm willing to take that chance with the kind of athlete he is. And then Aiden Hutchinson, I think he was the best player in the draft. In the draft last year. Do you?
You think he was the best player?
In the draft last year.
I don't know. That's a good take. I didn't love Hutchinson.
I loved him, dude.
See, I
Oh
loved
my
him
God.
against any team that wasn't NFL ready.
Okay, I see that. But like, we talked about Georgia and how talented they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's an NFL team.
Exactly.
That Georgia team.
And he made one play that I can remember.
Yeah, but like, Georgia was bigger, stronger, faster, okay, than Michigan, right?
Exactly.
And I think when the rest of your team isn't as good, it's just draining. You know, because there's that offensive line is all over him. Like, that game plan is for him every time.
I'll give you that.
You know, like, that's why I just think Hutchinson, he almost won the freaking Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
He was in there. You know, I just think he was an absolute monster of a defensive player. And I'm really excited to see what he does for the Lions. I think he could be a Ndamukong Suh 2.0, which would be awesome for Detroit fans. It would be so awesome. I love Aiden Hutchinson. I'm all
You better
in.
be ready to be a goon then, if you're Ndamukong Suh again.
I would not mind a goon. It's Detroit. I mean, like,
true.
come on.
That's
Come
facts.
on. We
That's
take
facts.
those. We take those. I really think the future's bright. I could see us around where the Commanders are, you know, like average.
I'd go better than Commanders.
You think so? Okay.
I mean, the thing is, I have no problem with the Lions. I think the Lions, if they stay healthy, I think DeAndre Swift is a game changer.
And people rip on Jared Goff. Like, he had a horrible year last year. It was a little rough to watch.
But they finished really well.
But they finished well. Yeah, no,
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah,
Very
Goff with some receiving.
Yep.
It could be some. You know, like, he was, like, let's remember, he made a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, like, he can play. He's a solid quarterback in the NFL. He is. And I'm really hoping that he takes that step forward and the Lions start winning. And with Dan Campbell, I love the man. He's a GOAT.
Dan Campbell's got passion.
He's got passion.
Yep.
He's funny as hell. It's the best thing Detroit needs. And tune into Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is going to be
secondary
a
also needs
show.
to stay healthy.
Yes.
Because they've had draft picks.
Akuda, Lions fans don't like Akuda, which I 100% agree with.
I understand.
But I still have some hope for him. Just a
He
tad.
was still fourth. Was he fourth overall?
He was
Was
third. I want to say it was third.
But he was high up there.
He was high. Very high. Very high.
Best
I
quarterback in
mean,
the draft. I mean,
yeah.
they still got it. They still have a chance.
No, they got a really good chance.
I always think they always have a chance, and then the season comes, they end up being bad. But I think they end up having a better year.
See, that's not going to happen this year. It's going to be better. We're going to be around that 500 mark. That's exactly what I want. And we're not going to finish last in the division.
I
have us third.
I agree. I am with you.
I have us third.
I have the Bears in last place.
Yeah, no, the Bears. You want to just get to the Bears and get them out of the way?
I have nothing to talk about the Bears, dude.
Are you like it was just so.
They just had a terrible offseason. Like
they had no first round pick because the Giants had them.
Yep.
And like it's just ridiculous.
They traded away Allen Robinson.
Yep, they traded Robinson to Vegas. Or not Vegas, sorry, Los Angeles.
Yeah, and there was just. I mean, there's just not. They got Justin Fields, David Montgomery.
It's just Justin Fields. They're literally saying, Justin Fields, we're going to give you nothing, and let's see how we do. They're going to be the worst team in football.
And they got rid of Khalil Mack.
Like, in this preseason power ranking, they were 32.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% agree.
Yes.
Like, they're bad.
They're bad.
They're horrid.
Yes.
And I'm staying away from, like, it's just really bad. It's just really bad. The funny thing is my family and I are trying to plan a vacation, right? And so we're going to Chicago.
Yep.
Okay. And we're gonna go see a Bears game.
Oh God.
And it's Bears Lions, which makes it a lot
That's
better.
good.
So, like, it's a fine game to go to, but like when you're going to Chicago, it's like the Bears have to be this bad.
No, my notes literally say finishing fourth, Bears, no first round pick, not going to be good.
Yeah,
like that.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Like,
it's something else, dude. It's really bad.
All right, so who do you have winning the NFC North?
NFC North, I got Packers.
Okay.
I'm in on Green Bay.
I know you love Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no, let's get to talking about Green Bay.
I don't know how you love Aaron Rodgers being a Lions fan, but we move.
See, I'm attracted to talented quarterbacks.
Okay.
I really am. So, I was like, what the Packers did, they traded Devontae Adams. I wasn't in on that. I didn't like it at all for the Packers, because that was their team.
What do you think about them extending or giving Aaron Rodgers, was it $50 million a year now?
I love it.
But not going out and getting
that made no sense. That made no sense.
Because now your number one is Alan Lazard, and I have a question mark next to his name. Because can he be the same producer as Devontae Adams?
See, I don't think they need Alan Lazard to be that producer. So let's think about Aaron Rodgers before Devontae Adams.
Okay.
He got everybody involved, right?
Yep.
I mean, there was Jordy Nelson, but there was other people.
Randall Cobb.
Valdez Scanlon, Randall Cobb. I mean, they were all good receivers, very good. And I think Aaron Rodgers will just get back to that way of spraying the ball around and really focusing on others. And when I looked at this preseason ranking, they had him at 3.
Which is outrageous. I think that's terrible.
I was very surprised, and I was like, okay, I would move them back. But I still think they're coming out of this division.
I was thinking maybe like a 7 or an 8 for them.
I know, yeah, no, that's kind of where I see them too.
Yes.
But
because I don't think there's any NFC contender right now that really scares the Rams off. I think there's there's teams that are kind of okay, if you put them in a football game, they'll hang with the Rams, but the Rams are going to end up winning that game. The Bucks, I'll give you the Bucks, but then again,
I was going to mention the Bucks. But
we saw them play the Rams twice, and they got handled. Yeah,
no, I agree with you. I agree with you there. We haven't seen Stafford go up against Aaron Rodgers again.
True.
And I really think that Packers team from last year, if they don't choke as hard as they did, they're on their way to a Super Bowl.
What do you think of A.J. Dillon? Do you think he'll end up getting a bigger role? Do you think he'll be more of a 3rd and 4th or a 1st and 2nd type down back, and then Aaron Jones comes in 3rd and 4th possibly?
I think Dillon and Jones will have similar amount of carries, just like last year. They'll use them both, and then Jones will be used in receiving. I think that's kind of how it's going to roll. I think it ended up working for them.
Do you think it's going to be like a Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Where they put Jamal Williams in when you're 15 yards and in.
Yeah. No, I kind of see that. I really think with that Packers team, it really doesn't matter how you put together the offense. If you have Aaron Rodgers, you can be successful.
Also, David
100%.
I don't know how to say his name. Is it Bakary?
Something like that. He's
out.
He's out for a little while. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. But I remember us talking about the Packers preseason last year, and we weren't sure what Aaron Rodgers was going to do. Right, he wasn't going to training camp. Blah 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 blah. And then he came back and absolutely torched the NFL. So now, I think if people start doubting him again, like I'm seeing some people start because Devontae Adams is gone and people are gone, I think he's just going to prove them wrong. And they're going to be a fantastic regular season team. I don't have them doing anything in the playoffs because Aaron Rodgers has to prove to me something.
They also cut Zadarius Smith. Zadarius Smith's gone.
That was surprising to me. They
still have Preston Smith, though.
Mm-hmm.
Still have Jair Alexander. Jair didn't play last year.
Jair is awesome.
Yeah, I know you love
He's
him.
a very awesome corner. So I'm still very high on the Packers. What are your thoughts?
I'm second.
Wow.
Second. Yep.
Second. You love the Vikings?
I don't love the
that
Vikings.
much? Is it the
I
Vikings?
I think the Vikings
What?
are going to win the division, dude.
What?
Yep.
How? That makes no sense at all.
The defense is average, but I think the defense has the ability to step up to make big plays. If they need a stop, their defense is going to be able to get them a stop.
Okay.
And their offense can score. Think of their weapons. Kirk Cousins, okay, he's average to below average quarterback.
Yep.
But you have Dalvin Cook, you have
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson, you have Adam Thielen.
Yep.
That's a trio that could mess around and win you the division. Because all they need to do, personally, to win the division, all they need to do is beat the Packers twice.
Okay.
That's a tough job to do. I know, home and away. but they will. I think they will end up on top both those games. And I like who they brought in the secondary. They drafted Lewis Seen out of Georgia.
Lewis Seen from Georgia.
And they got
yep.
Andrew Booth Jr., who I really liked out of Clemson.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm looking at some of their games. They got some easy ones. They got, Green Bay to start at home. That's going to be a huge one to set off the table. Then they got at Philly. Got versus Detroit. They're playing New Orleans. They got Miami. They got Buffalo. New England. They got New York Jets. I mean, like, it looks like a favorable schedule. Not gonna lie, that could very much help them. That's why I got them too. But again, to me, it comes down to that quarterback position. And if you're giving me Aaron Rodgers with barely to any no weapons, and Kirk Cousins with all those weapons, I'm still taking Aaron Rodgers. I really am. I have no respect for Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, Michigan State fans. I just don't.
But Kirk Cousins
I just don't think he's
against the Packers to beat them.
He is an above average quarterback. I'll give him that, but I just don't think he's a performer. I really don't.
That's fine.
Like he needs to prove it to me. I like that take. They're
gonna win a division.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's say if Packers win,
okay,
you owe me $10.
All right.
The Vikings win, I owe you 50.
50? Oh, no, I'll give you 20.
You want 20?
Yeah.
Let's do 30.
I think 50's too much.
Let's do 30.
I think 50's way too much.
Let's do 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was looking on odds earlier, and they're only like plus 290.
Well, also, these odds aren't taking into effect how highly I look at Aaron Rodgers. That sounds like a good deal. 30 for 10,
30 for 10.
Yeah, no, I think that'll be a good deal. All right, you want to move on? Let's get to the NFC South.
Yep.
All right, let's get to it. Who do you want to start with?
Start with the conference winner. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Bucs. All right, let's get started. So, Gronk retired.
Yep.
All right, he's done. Did we hear anything about Ndamukong Suh? What's he doing?
I don't think I've heard anything, no.
Yeah, I know he's contemplating retirement, so...
They do have Vita Vea, who is a stud.
Vita Vea is a stud. Their defense is so nice.
Very good.
It's a very good defense. Very good defense.
Very good, very good. They didn't have a first-round pick, though, this year. They did not.
No, they traded their first.
Yep.
So, they were without a first.
And they did end up getting Julio Jones recently.
Yes, that's a very good
acquisition.
And that's going to be their replacement for Antonio Brown, who went nutso on the field, and that was in New York, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. That was some insane stuff. Insane stuff.
Outrageous.
Gosh, Antonio Brown, man.
I think they repeat the winning the division. I don't see a team that threatens.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was all in.
And Tom Brady's
Tom
Brady.
And Tom Brady's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like,
Madden rated him. What was he, 97, 98?
It's just ridiculous at this point. Like,
this
I'm not a Tom Brady fan.
I know you're not.
I really dislike him, but I respect him.
Yes.
I don't know why I dislike him, because he's a fantastic person. I mean, he's a really good athlete. Just something about him winning all the time.
He's a Michigan guy.
It bugs me. He's a Michigan guy, exactly. I don't know. It just bugs me.
The only problem
I think his fans really bug me.
The only problem I have with him is Super Bowl 48. I know that wasn't him, but
yeah,
that was against him.
Yeah. And that was a crazy Super Bowl, dude.
Was it 49?
48 or 49, but the Super Bowl we're talking about, of course, was Russell Wilson passing. And
passing
Malcolm Butler interception for the listeners. And
very sad stuff, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no. Guys, you want to talk about that a little bit?
No, I do not want to talk about that.
Okay, well, we'll move on real quick. We'll move on. Let's get to the second team probably in the division. See, this is tough because I don't mind the Panthers. I don't mind them. But I got the Saints second.
Okay.
Jameis Winston, man. I love him.
J-Boo.
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 That is what he will be called on this podcast, just so we're all clear. J-Boo. He's awesome. He is so good at football. He was a lot of fun to watch at Florida State. So, and people call him J-Boo, so I'm all in on that.
Okay.
So, they just got Tyrann Mathieu.
Yep.
Good ad for them.
Very
good ad.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be pretty good.
No Sean Payton.
No Sean Payton. Sean Payton's done. Who did they hire? Do we know?
No, but I don't have the. I have them finishing third. I don't have them finishing second.
Oh, really? Really?
I have another hot take for this division too.
Okay, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael Thomas. He'll be back this year, right?
Yeah, and I know you loved your Chris Olave pick.
Yeah, Chris Olave. They got a good receiving core.
Yep.
They do. Who was the guy with dreads that was really good last year? Oh my God! It was Callaway or something.
Yes, Marquez Callaway.
Marquez Callaway. Okay, he was very good. It's just a good receiving core. Like, I've always loved the Saints pieces. Like, they'll still use Taysom Hill at times too. I mean, like,
and Kamara
is
out for the first 6 games.
Well, potentially.
Potentially. I thought that was
it's a potential suspension. So, what's going on here is he was charged with assault and battery. But his court case was delayed 2 months.
Okay.
So we don't know.
You don't know yet?
It's like, I think it should be a 6 month or 6
week suspension.
6 week suspension. Yeah. Sorry, not 6 months.
Yeah.
6 week suspension, but we will see. His court case it'll probably happen around the week 2, week 3 game. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. So he'll probably play the first 2, but that's something to keep an eye on.
Especially for fantasy.
Yeah, that's more fantasy than actual because.
But he is probably I think he is their offense.
I don't know. I mean,
without him and Sean Payton.
You got some receiving core. You got Jameis Winston.
But you put Jameis
in
the driver's seat, and remember what he did with the Buccaneers, where
he just threw a ton of interceptions. He was good.
I guess he threw his 40 touchdowns, but
let's take away the interceptions. Like, let's say he's able to take care of the ball.
But he's not going to throw 40 touchdowns.
Could he?
No, he won't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because he did it at Florida State, where he didn't throw as many interceptions.
Football.
But who cares? He's shown that potential. It's J-Boo, man.
In college.
He's shown that he can throw 40 touchdowns in the NFL.
With 40 picks.
But maybe he'll just take away the picks.
This is how it works, bro.
I got high hopes for J-Boo.
That's not how it works.
So, high hopes.
I think Sean Payton was basically there. I mean, Drew Brees, also a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Sure, he doesn't have Sean Payton.
Well, Drew Brees is a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Not good, great.
I don't think Drew Brees is that good without Sean Payton.
I mean, I kind of agree with that, but that's a lot of people. We weren't sure about Brady until he left. Let's see.
But he's still the same.
Yeah, I mean,
people
might say Mahomes isn't as good without Andy Reid.
That's true.
You know, like, there's some stuff.
We never saw Drew Brees without Sean Payton.
Exactly.
So we would never actually.
Well, actually, we did.
Before.
Chargers.
But yeah.
He was good in the Chargers.
No.
What?
He wasn't as good as he was.
He wasn't as good in New Orleans, though. I'm not saying anything like that, but he was a good quarterback in the Chargers.
Okay.
Like, top 10, probably.
But yeah, Sean Payton. I'm saying Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payton ups you for sure. We'll see how the Saints are without him.
Yes.
I still have high hopes. I think they'll end up second. Who's your second?
Maybe a little pause here. The Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, my.
I'm assuming you have them finishing 4th.
I have them 4th.
Because
they were 31st in the power ranking.
Which is okay.
So please try to convince me on this because I'm not with you at all at the moment.
Ready? They have pieces on defense. They have pieces on offense.
Speak up a little for the crowd.
They have pieces on defense and offense.
Okay.
Right? They just drafted Drake London.
Okay.
They have Kyle Pitts.
Yep. I love the Drake London, and then they also got Desmond Ritter, third round.
Desmond Ritter. Mm-hmm. I know they really don't have anyone above him, but I think Desmond Ritter can play a little bit.
So you're telling me?
Yep.
You're telling me you believe more in Desmond Ritter, than Jameis Winston?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Let that sink in, people. Let that sink in.
I just think they have something to prove. I think the Falcons are a team no one's talking about. I think they have potential to be a playoff team. I know that's a very.
I have them under 3 wins.
Under 3. That's
under
outrageous.
4.
That's
under 4.
outrageous.
I'll give you under 4.
That's outrageous. The Panthers are finishing last in this division.
Wow. I don't know about that. They just got Baker.
That doesn't matter.
I mean,
Baker did nothing with the Browns.
The Panthers have Matt Rule, a better coach. I mean, I like the Panthers a lot more than the Falcons. Like a lot more.
That's fine. Patterson.
I will bet you that the Falcons will go under 4 wins. 4 or under. I don't know how much. How much we talking?
I don't know. I'll give you.
Just do a 10 for 10 for that.
That's fine. That
Sounds
works.
good.
That works.
I mean, I'm just not a Falcons believer. No quarterback. It's just rough. What were the Matt Ryan details? Do you know off the top of your head?
No, I
We
don't.
didn't get to when we get to the Colts, we'll talk about the Matt Ryan details.
Yes.
Again, we'll get to the AFC part 2.
But we can talk about the Panthers a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about the Panthers. They traded, or did they trade Sam Darnold?
No,
They
they
still
have
have
Sam
him,
Darnold. Their
They
quarterback
traded for
room is
Baker.
Sam Darnold, Matt Corral, and
Baker.
Baker Mayfield.
They got Corral in the 3rd round.
Yep. He's coming off a torn ACL, I believe, too.
Yep, and then they selected tackle. I'm going to say this
Carswell.
wrong.
For all my, what was that book called?
That was
Things
When
Fall
Things
Apart.
Fall
For all my
Apart.
Things Fall Apart readers.
Oh god.
They drafted Okonkwo.
It was Ikem Akwaunu.
Anyways, he's an offensive tackle out of an
NC State, number 6 overall.
Yes.
I like him. I think he's good.
Very good. Very good.
I think he'll be very
Top
good. He's
draft
not as good as
tackle.
Evan Neal. I would have picked Evan Neal, but I think this guy's gonna be very good.
Very good.
I'm not gonna say his name anymore. For
And of
your
course,
listeners,
the
but-
person we haven't been talking about on the Panthers roster, Christian McCaffrey.
Yes. I'm hoping for big things this year. I'm a little bit of a believer in him this year.
I would hope. I would hope.
I'm really
because
hoping he stays healthy.
These 2 years have been disappointing.
It's just been. I feel so bad for him. Like, they use him so much, which is part of the reason why he gets injured. Like, I just feel so bad for him. Like, if they could, I really think, and I've been saying this since last year. I think that they should use other running backs besides him.
They do have Chuba Hubbards.
And
Or
like,
Chuba Hubbard.
yeah, like I think Chuba should get 10 carries a game, and use McCaffrey 10 to 12, and then use him more receiving. Because I think that still maximizes him for the whole year, especially if you want to be a winning team.
See, that was my issue with the Panthers. I believe that C-Mac is their offense. I think that they can't run anything normal without that. I think because that's why I think they started 3-0.
Well, let's talk about some of their weapons. They got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson still. Like, those receivers did well. You know, like, they had good years. Like, Darnold wasn't awful last year. And now you mix that with Baker, and I really think that Matt Rule is a good coach, and he knows what he's doing. You know, like, that's why he's kept his job, and I really liked him coming out. So that's why I just can't see the Panthers being the worst in this division. Like, the Falcons have nothing, which is
Not
why
nothing.
they have
Also,
Pitts
I would like
and
to.
Drake London.
I would like
and
to
that's
make
it.
a PSA real quick. The fact that Calvin Ridley got suspended for betting is personally outrageous to me, considering the fact that Deshaun Watson only got 6 games suspension at the moment.
And we will get into the NFL suspension policy when we talk about Deshaun Watson.
Which is personally outrageous.
It's
to
really
me.
bad, but we will talk about it.
But I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah,
because
I
I
mean-
can go into a lot more depth of this, but I'm just not.
We'll really spend a segment on the next pod.
I just think
talking
that's
about
crazy
Sean.
that someone betting was it $1,500 or $1,200?
Something like that, and that's like nothing for NFL players.
No, nothing.
so.
And he got suspended the whole entire year for betting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, we will get into that. Let's go over our NFC South standings. So at 1, we
Bucks.
both had the Bucks.
Both of the Bucks.
And then 2, what was
I have
yours?
the Falcons.
You have the Falcons,
Atlanta
which
Falcons.
makes no
You heard it
sense
here
to me.
first.
No sense.
Heard it here
Please
first.
don't listen to Gus on
You
this.
heard it here first.
He's a very
just
knowledgeable
have
human
to-
being.
we'll let-
Very knowledgeable human
let
being,
time
but
tell.
don't listen
Let
to
the
this
time tell.
take. It was very bad. My 2 was, who was it?
The Saints, right?
The Saints, yes. Jay Boo.
Jay Boo.
Jameis freaking Winston. The
And
GOAT.
that's my third.
Okay.
That's my number 3.
So he has the Saints 3. I have the Panthers 3. And then my 4 is the Falcons.
And my 4 is the Panthers.
Okay. So, now let's get to the final division.
NFC West.
The NFC West. We talked about the Seahawks a little, but we might as well go back to them to start. So, let's hear it, Gus. What is your thoughts, Seahawks?
It's gonna be a tough year. No Russ, no Bobby Wagner. I think Jordan Brooks is a very underrated linebacker.
Yes, I like Jordan
He
Brooks.
was top
I like
3
him.
in tackles last year. I really like their draft. They had Charles Cross first round.
Yep.
They also drafted Kobe Bryant
We talked
and
about
Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
And I really liked all 3 of those picks.
Tell me a little bit about Kobe Bryant. I mean, other than the name Kobe, which is awesome, but
He's got a very good name.
I didn't really talk about.
He was
him
number
much.
2 at Cincinnati. He was in the shadow of
Okay.
Sauce Gardner.
Okay, I remember him now a little bit. Okay.
He was a second round pick.
Yeah.
It was Kenneth and then him and then Kobe Bryant. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't tell you any stats off the top of my head. But
Okay. For the audience, I just had to get a little bit of a recollection on
Yes.
him. This is the Seahawks expert over here, so sometimes we
yes,
can all
well.
learn a few things. So, where do you have the Seahawks division?
Last.
Yeah, same.
I heard
yeah.
it pains me to say, but I have to be real. You know, being on a sports podcast, I have to have
Some
non-biased opinions.
knowledgeable takes, yeah. Which is why I had the Lions third. I mean, we can't overlook,
I just think the Seahawks. The Seahawks are also in one of the tougher divisions in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Geno Smith or Drew Lock is anything special. They're not going to win many games.
Yeah.
In first place, I have the Rams repeating.
Okay, let's get to the Rams then. I have the Rams first place as well. So, they added Allen Robinson,
Bobby Wagner. They lost Von Miller.
They lost Von Miller, and then
Everyone else they pretty
is
much.
Robert Woods still there?
Yeah, everyone they kept. They lost. They
And
didn't. They
Woods
didn't
is dealing
re-sign.
with that torn
They didn't
ACL.
re-sign Odell.
Yes.
Odell's not on the roster.
Yes, I think that was partly because of Robert Woods.
Yes, because I think they just needed to kind of replace him for that year because they just had Cooper Kupp. They have
And
Von Jefferson.
I liked Robert Woods. I mean, he's a good receiver.
I mean,
Like,
he'll go games where he'll get you 10, 12 receptions.
He'll be
100,
targeted
200
like
yards.
14, 16 times. I mean, like he's a good receiver. And now they'll add Allen Robinson, and they will also add who's their top? Well, of course, their top gun, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Rams, they might as well be Super Bowl favorites.
Again, you think?
Maybe. I think the only argument would be the Bills.
The Bills. No Chiefs.
I can't say the Chiefs.
For your passionate home team.
I do think it's
No Bengals.
like, let's be real here.
Okay.
I think, and I don't want to go too far into predictions because we will get there.
Yeah, of course.
But like the Bills are on a revenge tour more than anyone because they deserve that Super Bowl. Like they just do because the Chiefs choked so hard that I'm like I felt bad for the Bills. I think everybody did because of how bad the Chiefs choked. Because it should have been a walk for either of the teams. It should have been. But the Bengals proved everybody wrong and made it. Good for the Bengals. But I still think whoever got out of that Bills-Chiefs game should have been in the Super Bowl because that was played like a Super Bowl. It was one of the greatest games I've ever seen.
Yeah, that game was pretty nice. That
So,
game was good.
That's my take. Let's get more to the Rams. Let's see. So they did not have a first-round pick. It was owned by Detroit Lions.
They traded all their picks away
For their team. They
their team.
still got Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
Aaron Donald. They added who did you say? Bobby
They
Wagner.
still
Bobby
Leonard
Wagner.
Floyd, who's
Leonard Floyd.
somewhat underrated. I don't
Like,
think many people talk about him.
They're just bringing the team back. They're bringing them
Yep.
all back, and they're looking to repeat. And they got a solid chance. They really do.
They do. I mean, they have the best chance out of the NFC teams.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
feel
you
like.
could argue Bucks, but that's about it.
That's probably
That's
going
probably-
to be the NFC Championship.
Those are
again.
probably the two. Well, it wasn't last year.
I'm saying again though, previous year.
Was it the NFC Championship last year?
I thought so.
Hold on. No, the 49ers made it. Remember? Yeah, the 49ers. Because it was the semis.
Right.
Yeah. But they played them the closest. The
Yes.
Bucs played them the closest because they
Yes.
scored that late touchdown to make it the closest.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like, nobody played them closer than the Bengals. So when I said that the Bills or Chiefs like deserve to be in the Super Bowl, it's no knock on the Bengals because the Bengals were a really good football team and they deserved it. Okay, but I really thought they were too young. I just did, and that's just me.
They're older now.
They're older now,
older now.
and now they got a better chance. But like, it just that's my take. I thought the Chiefs and the Bills were the two best teams in AFC last year, and they both. And it was sad to see the Chiefs choke that hard to get the Bengals there.
So moving from the Rams, second place, I have the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Which do you agree with me there, or do you have the 49ers?
I have the 49ers second, but I would like to hear your Cardinals take, please.
I think that Kyler's getting this money.
Yep.
I think they added Marquise Brown.
Yep. I like the Marquise Brown.
I do as well.
Let me see if I have the trade details here.
I think they're gonna they're gonna be a better team than they were last year.
I did not have the details, but that's okay. I agree. I think they'll be better. D-Hop, he's got to stay healthy.
Yep, I agree.
He's got to stay healthy. Can't have.
Still have AJ Green. I know AJ Green's not the same AJ Green he was.
But he's still very solid. I love AJ Green.
Yes.
I'm very in. They drafted Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa.
Also really like they have Isaiah Simmons.
Yep, they're pairing those two.
And JJ Watt.
JJ Watt's still there.
I don't love JJ Watt, but he's okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, I kind of see what you're saying. For me, I just can't see the 49ers not being good. You know? And I don't...
Well, they just have a lot to prove to me.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
they have Trey Lance. Trey Lance...
Moving Trey Lance into the starting position.
I've heard, yes.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird. What are your thoughts on
I
it?
wouldn't mind Seattle trading for Jimmy Garoppolo just for this year. Just see what things...
Well, you think they could win with Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, but I think Jimmy Garoppolo is a system quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that he could win you some games. Although I don't really...
Well, if you're Seattle, don't you want to lose?
Yeah, we want to draft
exactly.
Stroud or...
So I don't know if I'd want Garoppolo for this year, you know.
But Trey Lance, he won the job.
Yep, he won the job.
Is it... The running back situation is also a little whack.
It is.
I know they had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Elijah
Mitchell, who's the main guy.
RB1, I believe.
Main guy. You got McKinnon in there.
Yep. Debo is he's made it clear that he does not want to be considered a running back.
Okay. That's good for Debo. He
said he wants to be a receiver mainly.
When he switched to running back, it was just a weird.
Yeah, but he was good.
He was very good at the position.
They were good.
But I don't know. Like, it just put... I thought Debo would get injured or something. Like, I got a little scared with it, you know?
Another thing I like,
so valuable.
They added in their package last year, they had Trent Williams in the backfield and treated him as a fullback.
Oh, yeah.
And just had him plow through the defensive line and just open huge goal.
Yeah, that was funny. That was great.
And I thought it was great. It was a great... Kyle Shanahan was a great move by him. I mean, he's smart because why not use an extra offensive lineman?
Dude, I think Kyle Shanahan's one of the best coaches in football.
I would second that.
He knows what the hell he's doing. And so...
And he can win with any team.
I know. Like, he showed he could win with Gropp. And,
Fred Warner. I love Fred Warner.
Fred Warner
is stud.
Very good. Yeah. Getting back to Shanahan, like, he showed he could win with Garoppolo, and people may question why he's going to Trey Lance this early, but I'm all in.
I think he made the right call.
He wants to play this style, and it's with a running quarterback. He loves his running quarterback. So if he wants to do it, go ahead. And I really think they're going to be successful, which is why I have them second.
I mean, stop me now if you don't think so.
They're a playoff team to me. They're making the playoffs.
I can see a little Colin Kaepernick in Trey Lance.
I see it a little bit too. I see it a little bit too.
I see a little Colin Kaepernick.
Peak Colin Kaepernick.
Yep.
Peak. I think he's very good.
Big body, big tall guy.
Yeah. No.
Throw the ball, can run the ball.
I'm really excited for that 49ers team.
Yeah.
All right, so getting back to our standings, we both had the Rams at 1.
Yep.
And so I wanted to ask you, you have the Cardinals too.
Yes.
Why do you think the Cardinals are better than the 49ers? Because, like, I see why you can flip-flop them, but I want to hear your take.
I think the Cardinals are coming back. I think they're like the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're as good as the Bills. I think they have something to prove, though. They got smoked last year in the playoffs by the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they give Kyler his money. I know that can mean bad things, though, because maybe he'll relax some. But I think
I can see Kyler Murray being the type to just chill, relax, and not be as good. But that's just me.
I can see that too, but I think that Kyler's going to switch another notch. And I think you're going to see a reason why he was first overall pick.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could see that. For me, I think it's more that I'm not really a believer in the Cardinals' defense as much. Like, they have some good players there, like Buda Baker's still there, right? Yeah. People like that. Like, they got some talent there. I just love the 49ers defense. Like, you got Nick Bosa. I just think it's so talented.
Very true,
like,
but
all around.
But I'll raise you a point. Seattle Seahawks. It was 2 years ago. They started off. It was either 4-0 or 5-0, but the reason three reasons they won. The Seahawks defense sucks.
Yeah,
right? They stink.
Mm-hmm.
But the reasons they won 3 of those games was because their defense made a stop on the last drive of the game.
Okay.
And when it comes down to it, all you need is your defense. You need to keep having an offense to keep you in the game, and then your defense just be able to make one stop. I know you can't rely on that all the time because that won't win you a lot of football games, but that's going to get you close. That's going to win you close football games. And I think that's the kind of defense that the Cardinals have, and that's why I think that they will finish second place.
Fair enough. Were the Cardinals a playoff team last year?
They were, yes.
Okay. Who did they lose to? Let me.
Yeah, so the top 3 finishers we have for this division were all playoff teams.
Yes. Yes. The Cardinals lost to the Rams first round. It was 34-11. Hopefully the Cardinals could bounce back. And then last year, the finish in that division was Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks.
Yep.
So that's very interesting to see. That's probably easily the best division in the NFC. Easily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That one I think we'll look at the most because there's going to be some really exciting games throughout. And I'm really excited to see where it takes us.
Week one opener. Monday Night Football, Seahawks, Broncos. I think that's a game that
Seahawks, Broncos
Seahawks can win. It's at home.
Yeah, it's at Seattle. That's Seattle. Russell Wilson's return. We will be tuned in for that.
Yes.
Seahawks fans will be marking that one down. That will be probably like their Super Bowl that year. So I'm ready for it. Probably. I'm excited. All right, you got anything else? You wanna call this part?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay, so for you listeners again, we're gonna close off on the NFC West, and we will get to the AFC coming at you tomorrow. So we will have AFC, we'll go through each team, we'll give you our division 1 through 4, and then we'll throw in some predictions. We're going to throw in probably our playoff teams, and then we might go through the schedule, go game by game, and really give you the detailed predicted, wins and losses. So, until next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, thank you for listening.
Yeah, drop comments.
Sure. Any questions? Of course. I know we've mentioned that a few times now. Anything you want to find out? Or any opinions you might have, we can discuss that in the podcast as well.
Yeah, no. More questions, the better. Please like, subscribe.
And enjoy.
So we'll see you later until next time.
All right. Peace.